Valley. Today I wanted to just throw out some thoughts that I've had about all the remakes and reboots that seem to happen. Also, like when they change a character, an established character, into something completely different. So I know a lot of people hate remakes and reboots. I am sometimes one of those people. It's very case by case for me. I was trying to figure out some of my thoughts, and because I jump all over the place. So, for example, I love the entire Omen series, franchise, whatever you want to call it. And I was so excited when they remade it because I liked the movie. I love Julia Stiles and Liev Schreiber. Mia Farrow's in it, so, Rosemary's Baby is another one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. And it didn't seem like a bad idea, so I was super excited. Went to see it in the theater with a friend. It's pretty line for line. Well, maybe not line for line. It very closely follows the original. Like, some dialogue is just exact, and they've updated it a little bit, and I thought it was done well. I really, really liked that movie. And if other people had been cast, I don't think I would have liked it as much. If I didn't like the actors in it, I think I would have been upset that they basically plagiarized the original. But because I liked the actors in it, it gave some leeway for me. And I could see where other people wouldn't like it. So there's that. If you go into it not really liking who they cast, or thinking that they followed the story too close or not close enough, that's another thing. I haven't seen the new Pet Sematary. I struggle with whether I want to, but being someone who absolutely adores the book and really likes the movie, the original movie from '89, I just don't like the fact that they changed so much. Ellie and Gage, basically, so I've heard, have been swapped out, and at that point, it seems the better option would have been to reimagine the story, like not use established characters, but just go with the concept, like Stephen King's idea, but reimagined, and not call them the Creed family, have it happen to a different family. I would have liked to have seen someone else experiencing the Pet Sematary. I think, if I remember correctly, that's what happened in Pet Sematary 2. I haven't seen that in a long time. There we go. There are two examples. I was really excited about the Pet Sematary remake, but now I'm not certain that I want to partake in it. The Omen, was really excited about that. Enjoyed that one a lot. So we also have situations where characters are tied to movies. So Evil Dead is just Bruce Campbell. Everyone sees him as Ash. When you have a character who is so identified with the person who plays them, you have strikes against you going into it, because it's been built up in people's minds, and that's who should be the person, and that's all. Now, if you hate Bruce Campbell, maybe you would love the new one. Do you see what I'm saying? It all depends on what our feelings are going into it, our history with the movie. They're coming out with a new Rabid movie based on the original, and I rented that one from Videoland a long time ago, back when I was in college, so early 2000s, and I don't really remember loving it or hating it. I was indifferent toward it. So to me, this remake won't step on any toes, I guess, in my mind. Other movies that are near and dear to us, we have a harder time, because the thing about humans is we're curious. We want to know, did they improve it? Is it going to be better? We're also secretly hoping that it's not better. If we already love the movie, we don't want it to be, outperformed. I've also, thought about movies that I should have liked but didn't like, and I thought maybe if they were remade, they would appeal to me more. But you're always going to have cult followings. You're always going to have someone out there who liked that movie. So just because I don't like it, or I thought it could have been done better, one that comes to mind immediately is Burnt Offerings. Great cast, great concept, but it's just so plotting and not scary. And things don't even pick up until the end of the movie. So I always thought that should be redone, and I think it would be really great. Or if they could recut the footage somehow and do it that way, that'd be fine too. So I think companies are looking at this as there's an established audience who likes these things. There are people who are maybe not fans, but you could get new people attracted to it. And then you have the people kind of like the Marvel movies. I will occasionally watch one. I'm not, the biggest fan, and I'll occasionally watch one, but I know there are some people who go to see every single one, regardless of whether they think it's going to be good or not. Sometimes they know it's not going to be good or up to their standards, but they have to see it. They have to see for themselves. There's just this need to have seen it. So I think that's the same for the horror community. I would watch any Michael Myers movie. So even if it looked really bad, I would still have to see for myself. And I don't know, it makes sense that they're doing all these remakes and reboots. There are some things that I won't watch because I don't like the people in it, or I don't care enough. If I really love something and I'm trying to think of a good example. TV shows have done this a lot. I believe they rebooted The Bionic Woman, Charlie's Angels, stuff like that, and I just have no interest because I really like the original. I don't see it benefiting from an update, especially because I am a person who is kind of in a time warp, and I identify more with the 60s and 70s, and now to an extent more the 80s than I used to. And it just, there's a lot of stuff I won't waste my time on. But I'm very on the fence about remakes. I end up liking some, I end up hating others, and it's just, it is what it is. And I don't feel like they ruin a franchise, because you could always just pretend that that's not part of the canon. I enjoy Halloween 3 quite a bit, and I know some people just think that's the worst thing ever done, and just don't watch it, or just pretend that's not in there. Just gloss over it. Don't worry about it. Those are just some of my random thoughts on remakes. Let me know what you think down below. Have a spooky day.